Celtic folklore is filled with warnings about fairy rings. These vary from region to region, but most all agree that many humans who are either invited or intrude upon a fairy ring are sorry for it. Many being forced to dance with or for the fairies and are unable to stop until they go mad or perish from exhaustion. In Scandinavian countries, anyone entering a fairy ring will be haunted by the little folk with mad illusions for the rest of their lives, doomed to a life of confusion, unable to tell reality from imagination. Others warn of general punishments such as disease, bad luck, or an early death. Dutch law warns that any livestock to enter a fairy ring would suffer the souring of their own milk. Of course, city dwellers might scoff at this possibility, just pop down the shop and buy a litre, but for many farmers, this would be a very serious and worrying condition and reason enough to take measures to avoid their livestock going near a fairy ring. There is a curious tradition in Northumberland, England, which suggests that to enter a fairy ring safely, you must first run around it 9 times under the full moon. But be careful, run around the ring 8 times or 10 times, and it is said evil would befall the runner. This touches on something I find particularly interesting, and that's the number 9. The number 3 has featured strongly among Celtic cultures. It is the number of perfect balance. And of course, 3 by 3 is 9, the perfect number. So that's just my thing. Now let's go to Wales. And once again, the Welsh law tends to look a little kinder upon the nature of the fairy folk, suggesting any unfortunate consequence of a human's interference into a fairy ring is not on account of the fairies themselves, but by the nature of their world. The pace of the fairy world differs from that of the human one. A person visiting the fairy realm or dancing for minutes in a fairy ring might discover on leaving that they had been visiting or dancing for days or even weeks in their own human world. It is for this reason that many who return to the human world soon die from shock or exhaustion. This leads us to a really interesting subject, and that is time in the fairy realm, how it varies between our world and theirs. It's certainly an issue which features consistently in tales of human interaction with fairy rings. I hope you enjoyed this little peek at the lore of fairy rings. Did you know that you can now become a member of my channel? It's fabulous! Members get early access to videos and see their name on the videos too. Just click the join button below for more info. I'll see you on Friday. Until then, stay curious and be kind. Cheerio!